Welcome to today's new family orientation session. Before we begin, we have a few important housekeeping notes to cover.
La traducción al español para esta sesión es proporcionada por Wordly, una herramienta de traducción en tiempo real. Para acceder a este contenido en español, haga clic en el icono del globo en la barra de herramientas del lado derecho de la pantalla y seleccione Español en la lista de opciones de traducción.
Today's session is being recorded. Recordings will be available approximately 3 hours after the session ends. You can find session recordings in your session schedule or in the on-demand page of the Hub. To ask questions during this session, click on the Q&A button in the panel to the right of your screen. We'll answer as many questions as we can, either during the session or at the end. You can submit questions anonymously. Please don't share any personal information in questions, as questions will be visible to all guests. If you see a question in the Q&A panel that you want to see answered, upvote it to let our team know. Lastly, we ask that you please join us in upholding and promoting UC San Diego's principles of community, and in keeping our community free from any and all forms of discrimination and harassment. Now let's get started with today's new family orientation session.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Student Transportation Options webinar offered by UC San Diego Transportation Services. First off, we'd like to congratulate all of you for coming into the Triton family, especially students that will be joining us starting fall 2025. So my name is Alvin. I am a project analyst at Parking and Commuter Services and a proud alumni of UC San Diego. So let's start off by going over the contents that we're going to talk about. So our most popular topic is parking. I want to stress first off that parking for students, take it from me as a past student, that it's pretty much impossible. We have 47,000 students, staff, and faculty members that come onto our campus every day, but we don't have 47,000 parking spaces. So we're going to talk about what your student can do to get around that limitation, and discuss best way to not only explore San Diego area, but the wider SoCal region as well. So let's get this out of the way. Let's talk about parking. So like I said, parking is extremely hard for lower classmen students. The only way that you're able to bring your car onto campus is via an exception. And these are very, very rare. They require a lot of documentation and are usually granted only in extenuating circumstances. I do want to also stress that while you might be granted an exception to park on campus, that does not guarantee that you will find a parking space. So parking on campus is extremely hard. We stress this to students every single year. I, as a student, attested myself that it is quite an experience circling around parking lots for hours. So how do we get around that? Triton U-Pass. This is the most popular solution to get around our parking problems. And it's also an incredibly important part of our student experience here at UC San Diego. So the U-Pass is a amendment that was voted by the entire student body that allows students, not allows, is included in every student's tuition, but basically it allows for unlimited access to our MTS and CTE and Triton Transit Network. What this means is that you can take a ride on the trolley directly from Central Campus and go all the way down to downtown to Petco Park to enjoy a Padres game, or you can go all the way down south to the border. So the closest station is located, the Central Campus station is located near the Epstein Family Amphitheater. And we encourage all students to explore this way, download the Pronto app, and explore San Diego this way. So our next option is our Triton Transit experience, which I will hand over to Jackie to talk about. Jackie, you want to pick this up?
Yes, thank you so much, Alvin, and thank you for all that great information so far. As you have mentioned and as you've heard, this is a really big campus and parking is limited. So, as a way to help troubleshoot and find solutions for students with that problem, Triton Transit is here to help. So, Triton Transit offers fixed routes and it's a completely free transportation on campus and to select off campus locations that sometimes take 10 to 15 minutes during the weekday or during weekends. It could be 15 to 30 minutes, just depending on how big the route is, where it's going to. So, if you're trying to get from Mesa to somewhere like Mandeville, there's routes for you to take, and it helps you get to different locations. One side of the campus to the other is essentially what it helps with. So, like we mentioned, we do offer multiple routes, and some of these include off-campus sites. Now, those only run on the weekend due to students who might be interested in going grocery shopping or going to get some food. So that is our grocery shuttle, and it is affordable. It takes you to affordable, culturally diverse, and different food options. So if you're looking to get groceries, that's a great option for you to take. Obviously, we understand that as students, it's going to be hard for you to adjust as you're learning and you're coming to a new place, a new campus. So, we highly recommend you download the Translock app, which is a way you can track our buses in real time. So, if you're trying to figure out where the next bus is and what the nearest bus is to you, through that app, you can do so. It also shows you the different routes that we offer. You can also see that on the UCSD Maps web page. So if you look that up on Safari, Google Chrome, whatever you prefer, it should be an animated map of the campus. You'd head under the transportation office and then click Triton Transit, and it'll show you all of our routes as well as all of the pickup locations and spots that we have. So Translock, great resource for you to have. We would highly recommend you download that, as well as using and utilizing the UCSD map that is offered online through a web browser. Again, not only do we track our buses live on the Translock app, but we also try to communicate and send out reports. So sometimes there's incidents and we can't always account for that. We do our best to stay on time and to stick to our schedule. But again, if there's an incident, if there's an accident, we try to communicate that on the Translock app. So we'll send out like a mass notification and it'll say inside loop delay due to an accident. We apologize for any delays, but plan accordingly. So obviously it's always a great idea or a great tip to get to class. Say you have a test, it's always recommended you get there earlier than later because you never know when a delay will happen or some kind of incident that will impact service. So we would definitely recommend staying up to date on those messages and just trying to, again, utilize those resources. If you have any other information, obviously you can head to our Triton Transit website or you can contact our office, and that number will be found through the website as well. Not only do we offer shuttle services, but we also offer Triton Mobility, which is an eligibility-based ADA mobility service. So in order to utilize Triton Mobility, you do have to get registered with Office of Students with Disabilities. So they will go through this process of checking documents and making sure you're eligible. And once you are eligible, you may use Triton Mobility. It's an app, and it essentially functions like Uber. It's a little bit different, obviously, since it's more based to our university, but you would be able to book same-day trips as long as it's 45 minutes in advance so that you can get from one side of the campus to the other. Keep in mind, it is also place-to-place pickup. So if it's you're trying to get picked up from 8th College Theater District, we do have certain designated spots in that area, which you can also utilize the UCSD maps to see all of our pickup locations. So you would be able to get picked up from there and taken to Price Center if that's where you need to go. Now, it all is accessible to ADA and eligible members, but we also offer on-demand past a certain time, and essentially that'll work as a first-come, first-served basis so that you're able to request rides late at night if needed to get, again, taken to designated spots on campus in a safe way. So that's just a little bit about the services that we offer. Again, there's so many options, so many great information. So I'm going to pass it back over to Alvin so he can continue sharing what else there is to get around campus.
Thank you so much, Jackie. So let's talk about how we can get around within campus that's not usually accessible by bus or anything else. So e-bikes and e-scooters. So as a policy, we do highly discourage bringing an electric bike or electric scooter to our campus. These are new rules that we're implementing for fall 2025 onwards. All e-bikes and e-scooters are required to have a permit and a device registration in order to have your bike or scooter on campus. This does not include regular pedal bikes or regular scooters. And if you do bring an electric bike and scooter onto campus without the necessary permits or registration, they may be impounded. So why? Why are we doing this? So one of the major reasons we're doing this is because it is a fire code issue and it's a safety issue. Non-UL certified micromobility devices pose a huge fire risk, and as of this year, they're not allowed to be brought inside a building other than your private residence or our designated bike lockers. So that means no scooters in lecture halls. Registration is available to anyone. It doesn't matter if you have an e-bike or an e-scooter, you can still register, and that allows our police department to have a better chance of tracking down your bike in case it gets stolen. And it's a national index, so other law enforcement agencies might be able to assist as well. So, what if you don't want to do all of that? It takes a lot to register. You don't know if your micromobility device is UL certified. And this is a great tie-in for one of our micromobility partners on campus, which is Spin. Spin offers shared e-bikes and e-scooters on campus. You might have noticed them during Triton Day. And the best part about Spin is that these are geofenced in our campus, and they are limited to 10 miles an hour. So that means that it is safer for everyone that is not riding, and allows you to not have to worry about bringing your micromobility device on campus and keeping it safe. So lower income students can access this, can use the Spin Access program if you qualify, and that allows you to unlock spin rides for less than 10 cents a minute. So in order to qualify, you must be on a public assistance program, Pell Grants, CalFresh, those and others, you can find that criteria on the Spin Access website. Micromobility services. So in addition to our Spin program and the e-bike and e-scooter permits. We do offer services in case you lose the keys to your bike lock, which sometimes might happen. So we do offer a $25 lock cut service that you can schedule on the transportation services website. And a bicycle resource official will reach out to you and come out to cut your lock. We also have a summer mobility device storage program. So if you're leaving for summer and you like to store your micromobility device in one of our secure lockers, you can do so on our website, again, at transportation.ucsc.edu. And these are access control to UCSD students, staff, or faculty only. And they are video monitored as well. While we can't guarantee that their protection, this is a great way to make sure that they're as safe as possible while you're gone during the summer. So safety incentives. So on top of those services that we provide, we do also have incentives for using low impact transportation methods on campus. So the first one is the discount helmets and ULOX program, which allows you to buy a $10 helmet on the UCSD parking portal and pick it up at our on-campus bike shop called Campus Bike and Skate. Campus Bike and Skate is located at the old Student Services Center by Taco Villa, and you can also browse around for a new e-bike or a bike that you like to get so you can ride around campus. So Rider Rewards is another program we offer that allows you to wear a helmet and get rewarded for it. So bring your helmet to the Campus Bike and Skate or bookstore, and if you stick the sticker on your helmet, it allows you to unlock discounts at on-campus restaurants up to 10, 15%, maybe even 20% whenever you ride. So we do recognize there are some circumstances that you ultimately will need a vehicle, which is why we partnered with Enterprise Car Share to give students the access to rent vehicles that are conveniently located all around campus for an extremely low hourly rate. And that also includes fuel and insurance. So all you need to do is be 18 plus. You don't have to worry about membership fee, and that monthly rate that you pay will allow you to take a road trip on a weekend to somewhere like Joshua Tree or somewhere even farther. So if you want to learn more about Enterprise Car Share or any of the other programs I talked about just now, there are QR codes on each page that you can scan. They'll take you directly to that webpage. If you didn't get a chance to scan these QR codes, don't forget to drop a question in the Q&A section of this video, and we'll do our best to get to you on your questions. So one of the last services that we partnered with is Flixbus. Sorry. So Flixbus allows you to travel between San Diego, LA, or Orange County, OC. It's a quick and convenient way, and it's affordable too. It's not just limited to LA or OC. They might even go somewhere farther. Flixbus is nationwide. And UC San Diego students get a 10% discount for using Flixbus, using your student-assigned UCSD email address. And during certain times, you can check our Instagram and Facebook social media channels for 15% off discount codes too, to save more. So that is all I have for everyone today on transportation options that do not involve parking on campus. If we missed any of your questions, feel free to reach out to us at parking@ucsc.edu or by calling 858 534-4223 during regular business hours. If you want to look into more of the programs or services offerings that we offer, feel free to visit transportation.ucsc.edu or by following our social media channels on Instagram and Facebook at UCSC Transportation. So thank you so much for joining. We know this is a lot of information, but to boil it down, everything sums up to parking is extremely hard. If you're granted an exception, there is a very high likelihood that you will still not be able to find parking. So we do encourage students to take transit, take advantage of our shared e-bikes and e-scooters, and take enterprise car share when needed. So now we're gonna go ahead and look through all your questions and respond to them. Like I said, again, if we can't get back to you on time, feel free to reach out to us. We're very happy to talk to you and your student about the transportation options available to them while they come in. Thank you guys so much for joining, and we warmly welcome you to the UC San Diego Triton community. And thank you so much, Jackie, for joining us from Triton Transit 2. If you have any questions, drop them in the Q&A below. All right. So just to reiterate, on the Triton U-Pass, the Triton U-Pass is an extremely important part of our student experience. It provides unlimited access to all regional public transportation, including bus and trolleys. With the U-Pass, students can easily commute to our campus, explore San Diego, maybe go to a Padres game, and save money on transportation costs. Not only is it sustainable and it reduces the need for parking, it is also included in your tuition whether you take transit or not. So we highly encourage people to take transit and you take advantage of the U-Pass program. And if you need more information, feel free to go on transportation.ucsc.edu. So now I'm going to go through some of these questions to address the most popular ones. All right, so one of the most highly upvoted questions we have in here, they're about the micromobility e-device permit. Please know that we will be updating our webpage at transportation.ucsc.edu within the next week with all the information you need to get a permit and get your devices registered. So for enterprise car share, student insurance is included or for liability. All you need to be is 18 plus, and you can go sign up on our website or the enterprise car share website. But you can find more information on that on transportation.ucsd.edu. Question about the U-Pass. Is it paid? Is it a physical card? So you can use the Triton UPass just by having your student email and downloading the Pronto app. If you have any issues with that, go ahead and give us a call at 858-534-4223, and we'll go ahead and get you set up. There is an option to get a physical card in case things do not work out. But please reach out to us if that does not work. All right. Is the parking troubles for all 4 years or just as a freshman getting parking permits? So this is a great question. I want to stress that parking is extremely hard all 4 years. It is one of those moments where you'd be very happy to find a spot after circling around for an hour. If you need more information on those parking permits, make sure to check out our website at parking.ucsc.edu or reach out to parking@ucsc.edu. Is there a train that goes to LA and is it safe? So while it's not advertised in these slides, Amtrak does provide a service to LA. You can also find more information on that on the Amtrak website and even get a student discount for it as well. So a question on where are students' regular bikes stored and do they need to register for a regular bike? We encourage everyone, e-bike or not, to register their bike just so that if your bike gets lost or in the rare chance it gets stolen, your bike is registered on a bike index that any law enforcement across the country can use to help locate your bike. And we do have bike cages located all around campus in secured locations that is access controlled and provides at least a decent level of safety versus leaving out in the public. And you can find more information about registering that on transportation.ucsc.edu. Visitor parking. So if you want to visit your student during a weekend or during a holiday period, you are free to do so. We provide visitor parking on campus for a fee, and they are generally free during a holiday period. So to find out what holiday periods those are, you can go on our website to see a list of university holidays. So for our Triton Transit shuttle, so it includes the grocery shuttle service. Is there a fee? So no, there is no fee to ride the Triton Transit network, and that includes the grocery shuttle on weekends as well. How do students get around campus to their classes, specifically from dorms to their class buildings? So when I was a student, I mostly walked. Allows you to get your steps in, close your rings, and enjoy our beautiful campus. Alternatively, you can also take the Triton Transit shuttles to get to your closest stop and be dropped off closer to your classes as well. If a relative visits a student, can non-student relatives ride the shuttles too? Yes, you're free to ride our Triton Transit shuttles for free of charge, no debit card or cash needed. So let's talk about student safety as well. So if you're uncomfortable walking around on campus, usually at late at night or not, we do have a community service official program that's run by our police department. And you can find their contact number at police.ucsci.edu, and they will gladly walk you to wherever your destination is on campus. More questions on the Triton U-Pass. Great, we love it. Is it available for summer sessions? Yes. New to this year, thanks to our student body votes, summer sessions are now included in our U-Pass as well. So, one of the popular questions we have is how do we get to the airport? So, the most popular option that we recommend is to take the trolley through MTS. Our trolley station is directly in the center of campus, right next to the Epstein Family Amphitheater. The next question is, does Triton Transit operate on weekends? Triton Transit does operate on weekends for limited service, but the best way to find out is by downloading the Translock app to see available schedules or by visiting transportation.ucsd.edu. Another popular question is about move-in day. So where can you park for move-in day? So your college should reach out to you and communicate where those parking spaces are and any move-in and move-out plans. So make sure to check your email frequently for any updates from your colleges. So where is the Flixbus station on campus? The Flixbus station is located at the southbound bus pullout zone on Campus Point Drive, immediately south of the UC San Diego Health La Jolla Blue Line trolley station. I know that's a lot, but if you go on Flixbus's website, you can find more coordinates and Google Maps directions to there too. as a heads up, session will end in 15 minutes. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask it now. If we don't get to it, make sure to reach out to us at parking@ucsc.edu or by calling 858-534-4223. For those that can't hear anything or you're joining late, we are answering questions right now, and the ones with the most upvotes, we will answer it live. So this is a fun one. In sixth college, normally how long does the student take to walk to their classroom? So a thing about UC San Diego is that our university is divided into different living and learning neighborhoods, but that does not mean that you're stuck in a specific neighborhood. So an example I'm going to use is the Theater District Living and Learning neighborhood. So if your student is a computer science student, they might have a class in Warren, which is where the School of Engineering is. So in that case, we probably advise that you take a Triton Transit shuttle, or you can also take a brisk walk, which should take around 20 minutes to 30 minutes, depending on how fast you walk. Seems like all our questions have been answered. This is a last call for any other questions. Feel free to drop it in the Q&A section, and we'll go ahead and get it answered. All right, looks like we're nearing the end of this. For anyone who still has questions or questions that were not answered, go ahead and email us at parking@ucsc.edu or by calling us during regular business hours at 858-534-4223. So I do want to plug one last thing in for your student if they're interested. Transportation Services is always hiring throughout the year for student drivers. You don't have to have a commercial driver's license for it. Try Transit will happily train your student and get them certified. So if you're interested in student employment, go to transportation.ucsci.edu. We have other positions available within parking and commuter services as well, such as positions supporting our events team or answering questions as a customer service representative. So thank you everyone for joining, and just a reminder that this recording will be available after roughly 3 hours after we end it. So thank you so much. Like I said, if you did not get your questions answered or if you joined late, please email us at parking@ucsc.edu or by calling 858-534-4223 during regular business hours. Thank you. And again, welcome to UC San Diego. We are very happy to have all of you, including parents, in our Triton family.